Okay, so picture this. Imagine hiring literally the absolute smartest assistant in the entire world. I'm talking about someone who can write brilliant code, draft highly complex legal documents in a matter of seconds, and instantly summarize massive 100-page reports. Sounds amazing, right? But there's a really catastrophic catch. Every single time you close the office door, they completely forget who you are. They forget what you just worked on, they forget your company's goals, and they even forget their own past decisions. Well, that frustrating reality, that is exactly what it's like interacting with AI today. So let's dive into this explainer and explore the critical infrastructure layer that actually fixes this. We're going to look at the technology that transforms simple pattern generators into truly intelligent, adaptive AI systems with persistent machine cognition. So let's start with a really common question. Do large language models actually remember everything? Well, the resounding answer is no. No way. In fact, most of the models we use on a daily basis actually suffer from profound amnesia. You see, when you chat with an AI, that information lives temporarily in what's called a context window. Think of it as the model's ultra-short-term memory workspace. You ask a question, the model responds, and the workspace is active. But the second that specific conversation ends, that workspace is wiped totally clean. Everything just disappears. There's no persistent understanding, no long-term context carrying over. Basically, you are talking to a highly articulate goldfish. All right, to figure out how we fix this amnesiac AI, we're going to follow this exact roadmap today. First, the problem with stateless AI. Second, why AI needs memory. Third, the AI memory architecture. Fourth, hidden challenges of memory. And finally, the future of machine cognition. Let's kick things off with part 1, the problem with stateless AI. To really understand this, think of a language model's reasoning like a master chef cooking a meal in a super busy kitchen. That cooking process is what we call the inference phase, where the model processes chunks of data which are known as tokens. The chef uses these tokens to whip up a fantastic dish, which is the answer to your prompt. But once the meal is served, the kitchen is wiped completely clean. The ingredients are totally gone. That is stateless reasoning. The model generates brilliant thoughts, sure, but it holds on to absolutely nothing. Memory systems, on the flip side, provide contextual continuity. They are the recipe book, the pantry, and the chef's entire culinary history that persists over time. Models generate the reasoning, but it is the memory infrastructure that actually preserves the context. Which brings us perfectly to part 2, why AI actually needs memory. You know, this lack of memory isn't just some abstract philosophical quirk. It's a massive, massive operational roadblock. Just imagine if an AI is functioning autonomously to manage your company's cloud servers, and it completely forgets a really critical security patching decision it made just 3 days ago. It might actually undo its own work or completely break the system. This constant starting from scratch, where the agent repeatedly loses its workflow history, its organizational structure, and its past decisions, is what we call intelligence fragmentation. The AI might be brilliant in the moment, but it's structurally blind to the past.
Solving this by adding memory is a total game changer. It represents a massive evolutionary leap. It literally transforms an AI from being a hamster on a wheel, a purely reactive system that endlessly resets every single time you talk to it, into an adaptive system that's actually climbing a staircase. By gaining persistent state awareness, the AI stops just reacting to isolated prompts. Instead, it starts navigating dynamic environments. It learns the nuances of your business, and it actually builds upon past interactions to make way better future choices.
Okay, let's move right along to part 3, the AI memory architecture. Now, modern AI memory isn't just one giant, messy storage folder on a hard drive. It actually mirrors complex, distributed human cognition, broken down into very specific layers. Let's break these down. First up, we have short-term memory, which is just the immediate, active conversation you're having right now, bound by that limited context window. Next is long-term memory, which is absolutely crucial because it persists important, generalized knowledge externally so it doesn't get wiped away. Then we have semantic memory. Think of this like the AI reading and internalizing your entire company handbook, giving it actual machine-readable business understanding. Going even deeper is episodic memory, which preserves very specific past experiences, like remembering exactly how a specific server outage was resolved last year. And lastly, operational memory. This maintains real-time awareness for long-running workflows, so an autonomous agent knows exactly where it is in a complex, multi-step process without getting lost. So, how do we make all those distinct memory layers work together efficiently? Well, we use a process called semantic retrieval, which is powered by what are known as vector databases. Think about searching a massive library. You aren't just looking for the exact word canine, but for the broader concept of dogs, puppies, and wolves. That is essentially what a vector database does. It doesn't just lazily look for keyword matches, it mathematically maps out the conceptual neighborhood of ideas. When an AI needs context, this system dynamically pulls conceptually related memories right into the active workspace. This drastically improves the AI's ability to reason continuously, and it means engineers don't have to stuff thousands of pages of text into a single massive prompt. But of course, it's not all smooth sailing. Let's jump into part 4, the hidden challenges of memory. Operating these massive, dynamic memory systems at an enterprise scale, it introduces a snowballing list of highly complex hurdles. I mean, if an AI pulls outdated files or irrelevant context, bad retrieval fundamentally creates bad reasoning, period. And when you're dealing with literally billions of memory entries, how exactly does the platform rank what is most important for a specific task? Even worse, we have active security threats now, like memory poisoning. What if a hacker intentionally injects malicious data into an AI's long-term memory? Every single future decision that relies on that poisoned memory is totally compromised. Then you add in the constant need to synchronize fresh data as business policies change, the extreme difficulty of debugging the system, and the sheer astronomical cost of storing all this metadata. Yeah, building persistent cognition is a monumental engineering challenge. Think about this for a second. If an autonomous agent relies on all these memory layers and behaves incorrectly, why did it happen? Trying to debug an AI's memory is honestly like trying to untangle a massive bowl of spaghetti. We have to figure out the exact root cause, which requires entirely new observability infrastructure. Observability basically means having X-ray vision into the AI's thought process. We absolutely need to know, did the fundamental concepts drift apart in the database? Did old, stale context override new, vital facts? Or did the AI just completely fail to summarize the data properly during retrieval? Without this deep visibility, enterprise AI is essentially just a black box making wild guesses. Finally, let's wrap up with part 5, the future of machine cognition. Looking ahead, memory isn't just going to be a passive, dusty filing cabinet where information sits quietly. It's going to actively overlap with reasoning itself. During inference, when the AI is actually actively thinking, it will engage in a continuous dynamic loop. The AI will constantly retrieve relevant data, summarize it to capture the essence, compress it to save valuable computing space, prioritize what matters most for the immediate task, and then restructure it all on the fly. This active living process is the secret sauce. It's what will ultimately create truly adaptive cognition architectures and stabilize the AI's operational alignment over long periods of time. And when this memory architecture is fully realized, it scales beautifully into something called collective machine intelligence coordination. Just imagine a bustling digital office space. You have a specialized research agent that discovers a shifting market trend, right? It seamlessly shares that memory with a finance agent, who then instantly alerts a security agent to adjust compliance protocols. They can collaborate continuously because they all share the exact same persistent memory infrastructure. This enables true organizational continuity. It creates a deeply integrated digital workforce, rather than just a clunky series of isolated single-turn chatbots. There's a quote from the source material that really hits the nail on the head here. It says, "Human intelligence fundamentally depends on accumulated experience." It's so true. We learn, we adapt, and we grow because we remember what worked and what completely failed. Without that accumulated operational identity, AI remains fundamentally limited. Persistent memory is the vital enabler of true continuity, deep adaptation, and actual meaningful learning. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a bit of a provocative question to chew on. The future AI ecosystem is undoubtedly going to be a massive, distributed network. So, will competitive supremacy rely merely on how smart a standalone model happens to be in a vacuum? Or will it actually depend on the quality of its memory, its retrieval coordination, and its underlying operational learning infrastructure? Solving persistent memory might just be the absolute most important foundation of the entire AI native world.